I looked at it and I was like, it's a pretty solid card.
Yeah.
Pretty solid card. You wonder how things will unfold, what can really happen, but almost everything has stakes. One match that doesn't, Mysterio versus Andrade on the kickoff show. Who you picking?
I'm gonna go with Andrade. I feel like that's, you know, this. I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know if they're planning on having them do more and more stuff leading up to Mania, possibly. I feel like this is the kind of thing where, like, Ray might win on Sunday, and you think, oh, well, obviously the storyline is the younger guy gets put over in the end by the older guy, so we're going to keep doing that. And then they'll just forget about it, and both of these guys will be, like, eliminated, like, 6th and 12th in the Battle Royal on at WrestleMania. I don't want that to happen. I want there to be a definitive winner and a definitive end to this feud on Sunday. If they're actually going to end it, like, make it special. And there's no, as you said, there's no better way to sell people who like watching wrestling on subscribing to the network than if they're saying, oh, I can get this. Yeah, these guys are going to kill each other. It's going to be great. But I think Andrade should win.
This is a coin flip, in my opinion.
It really is. It really is.
I'm thinking Andrade wins. You have the Shield versus Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Bobby Lashley. Oh, well, duh.
Yeah, the Shield's winning. It should be good. I mean, we'll still have to see who winds up being the face in peril for most of it. We'll see how they tell the story. I mean, I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt that they're going to handle Roman Reigns in a way that is nuanced and interesting. But I feel like the first match back from cancer there's going to be a whole lot of Drew McIntyre yelling at him about how he has cancer. Like, that's going to be a lot of things that are happening in the ring as Drew just yelling at him.
The Revival defend against Ricochet and Aleister Black, as well as Chad Gable and Bobby Roode. This is going to be on fire if they get, I don't know, 8 minutes even.
Yeah. Gosh, this could be, again, it could be the match of the night if they let these guys really go. Wow, you know, there's so many wild cards here that I could see them honestly giving the belts to Bobby and Gable here again. It's possible, because who knows how bad they want to treat the Revival at any one moment. But the Revival is my pick to retain, because I don't think you can give the Raw tag titles to the NXT call-ups now if they've already shot all of their stuff in NXT for the next month when they weren't carrying around the Raw tag titles. Like, there's a lot of, like, it's just the logistics of that would be weird. But this match is going to kick all kinds of ass.
I'm excited for it. I can't wait for this match. This is, when they announced this, I said, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll go ahead. I'll write this article. I'll get this one up. I was so excited about it. Asuka versus Mandy Rose. Now, I think Asuka's going to win. What I would like to see happen at WrestleMania, and some people won't like it, I would like for Asuka to look at survey the landscape and say, who do I want to defend my title against? Everybody. And then she defends it in the Battle Royal. I think that's a good way to add a lot of stakes to that Battle Royal. And Asuka can win it. Yes. And if she doesn't win it, you have a natural rematch there if you want to go that way, where you don't have to enact, you don't have to bring back the rematch clause. Right. Now, I know a lot of people won't be on board with that. If an Ember Moon can make it back somehow, I could see her saying, we got SmackDown women competing for our title. I just figured I was allowed to just jump over here.
It writes itself if they could do it. I don't feel like there's possible for her to get back in time. I loved the idea of, and I don't think it's possible this late of a date, especially because I feel like all the top women down there are being used for something. But I loved the idea of one of her coming out and saying, who's ready for Asuka, and having somebody like a Bianca Belair just say, I'm your Huckleberry. Like, just come out and say, yeah, I'll do it. Let's go. I think that'd be a really cool way of, again, they seem to be really trying to promote the hell out of NXT as a brand. having one of the top women there come up and challenge the woman who was undefeated through her entire career in NXT. I think that's something poetic they could do.
I think, relatively speaking, nobody knows who she is, to be quite honest.
Well, sure.
For a WrestleMania spot.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
In time,
case,
they will, because Bianca Belair
in that case, I agree. Yes.
Bianca Belair is the future of any division she wants to be in. But right now, I just don't think that's a spot that they would feel comfortable putting her into. But you know what? She could very well do it and be in said battle royal if that happens too.
Yes, exactly.
Sasha Banks and Bayley against Nia Jax and Tamina. I could see Nia Jax and Tamina maybe winning the titles, then
dropping them in a
rematch.
Yeah, sure.
And Mania, so Bayley and Sasha Banks can both be the first champions and win them at Mania.
Yes, that's also true. I had not considered that. I think that might be something that's more dramatic, and you might be right in that case. I just loved the visual of the two of them coming into Mania with those belts. I thought that would be, certainly very striking. But
somebody says, nobody says I'm your Huckleberry, Alex. Ben Henderson used to say that all the time in UFC, just so you guys know. The Usos against Shane McMahon and The Miz. Do we get the split, Alex?
Yeah, why not? I mean, sure.
The Usos retaining here. The Hardy or Jeff Hardy predicted Hardys versus Usos at WrestleMania.
I mean, that would be a great match, and certainly all kinds of history behind it. And now with Matt Hardy looking like he's 28 years old, I don't have as much fear of, one of those dudes is going to break a hip. Like I do feel like these guys are in good enough shape that they and the Usos could give us like 13 minutes of fire.
I would really like for the SmackDown tag team division to build to a ladder match, to be honest with you, for Mania. There are so many teams on there, though. Like, they have too many teams to put in a ladder match.
Yeah.
When we did the Fightful Books It show on Fightful Select now, subscribe. They run like 7, 8 deep. Good Brothers can't get on TV. Sanity can't get on TV.
Yeah.
These guys can't get on TV.
Yeah. The soup shake coming up in late April can't get here soon enough for the tag divisions to be able to be rebalanced.
Oh, yeah. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. This will be Becky Lynch's first match since the Royal Rumble, Alex.
Wow. Yeah. That you don't think of it being that long, but yeah, it absolutely is.
You pick?
I mean, well, I think, yeah, obviously. Becky.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way they have. They've kind of again written themselves into a kind of a corner where somebody mentioned this, like Becky Lynch won the Royal Rumble. So she got the right to be in a match for the champion of her choosing at WrestleMania. And then she was suspended, but that suspension's been rescinded. So shouldn't it be the other way around, that Charlotte is facing Becky, and if Charlotte wins, she gets added? Because, I mean, it's a weird deal that they're like, Becky, if you lose this match, then the thing that you won fair and square, maybe not. They could easily have done that, where they could actually say, you did win the Royal Rumble, but you weren't supposed to be in it. So we're going to help you out by giving you an opportunity to be in the match, but, you actually have to earn it. Again, see how fast that is to actually explain that away, but they're not doing it that way, which allows people to be in my mentions all the time being outraged that Becky's guaranteed shot, she now has to fight for.
I agree.
I
agree. I hate that. There's a lot of things that frustrated me about this year's Royal Rumble, as you knew when I did that show, but this is one of them.
Yeah.
Like, why did that matter? Yeah. The whole match didn't matter now.
Yeah.
That's really frustrating. Also, if it were the other way around, I think they could build heat, where Ronda Rousey comes out and costs Becky Lynch the match, adds some more heat.
Yeah.
But I could see Ronda Rousey coming out and winning the match for Becky Lynch as well, just to get Becky into the match. Like, I don't know if you remember the fantastic lead up to WrestleMania 13 when they were booked into a corner, and WWE had to do this again. And it's just a real good indication of when they were backed into a corner with Shawn Michaels losing his smile.
Yeah.
And you had Steve Austin and The Undertaker coming out to help their WrestleMania opponents in a title match because each one wanted to face that man for the title. It was a really cool, different way to do things. I love that. They could end up doing something like that. But we also have Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, WWE Championship. Kevin Owens back in the saddle. Who do you see winning?
Daniel Bryan will win. But again, as I said, Owens' first match back, going against Daniel Bryan. Like, not the Daniel Bryan that they were treating with kid gloves, back when they were having their little Mania program a year ago. But like this Daniel Bryan, who's just out there like going nuts, dropping flying knees off the apron at people. Like he and Kevin Owens like really going at it. I mean, this could be a really, really special match. Again, it's just too bad. I feel like the outcome is all but certain